bowl, Mr. Squidward!
Alright, check 1, 2, and a chicken 1, 2. Watch out for those bulb shards there, chicken. Yeah, they're kind of sharp. Alright, are we good? Are we rolling? Are we cooking? Are we cooking there, chicken? I'm not saying that because I had chicken for lunch. And the chicken is mad at me. Okay. I'll fix that later. Yo, this is Wyatt of White Station 22, and this is Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. After all the investigation we did in Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, we are headed back into the courtroom. We are headed back into the defense's side, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun getting back into the defense's side of things. Honestly, it feels like an eternity since we've been in a courtroom. I mean, I know there was that one time in investigations, but that was a flashback. But we're all right. I think we'll be okay. And I see Wildstyle 1102 in the chat. 1102 in the chat. Hello, Mr. Wyatt. Are you ready to head back into the courtroom? Honestly, yeah. It really does feel like an eternity since we've been in the courtroom. But we had a lot of the investigation stuff to go through, and if you remember, I kind of had a lot to deal with back then. But yeah, it's gonna feel good to finally breathe in that courtroom smell. And this is gonna be a big one. We've got a whole lot of stuff to look forward to, I'm sure. We've got a familiar face coming in. We got a new kid showing up around the block. And, well, who knows what else. So, I'm excited. I'm psyched up. So let's get in on it. Oh, wait, before I go, there's a new alert I want to test out real quick. And so in honor of the old actor for Professor Oak, James Meowth, as well as Vector the Crocodile, who sadly passed away recently, I put this together.
Find the computer room!
I made that into an alert in his honor. I might be thinking of doing a. And I just realized I spelled computer twice in that description. I'll have to fix that later. But for right now, it's time we get back into the courtroom. Let's do this! Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Ooh, anime cutscenes. I like this. Okay, there's panic. A lot of panic and a ticking clock. Oh! And the courtroom blew up.
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble.
And voice acting?
And it's up to us to restore it to its former glory. Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Ooh, okay. Okay, that's cool. Going all Tony Stark up in here.
Done. You bet. Let's do this.
Whew.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
So that's the new lawyer on the block. Oh, wait. Oh. Ooh.
Are you alright, miss?
Ow.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
There he is. Get that suit on, dude. Aw, picture of Trucy. The hair. The badge. Wasso sitting right there. Phoenix Wright is back! Oh, Apollo. You good there, Apollo? Episode 1, Turnabout Countdown. Oh, jeez. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Now, all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. Alright, December 17, 9:22 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. December 17th. Hey DJ, check it out, it's almost Christmas. Almost Christmas means it's not Christmas yet. Okay, I'm gonna quit making that joke. I'm gonna quit making that joke. Just switching the straws off my drink over here. Whew. Alright. Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Hey, Apollo! How you doing, buddy? We're not playing as Apollo this time, we're playing as Athena. Athena, that's her name. Oh, Apollo! Yeah, doing great. Like, hum a little tune great. Oh, yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oof, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell ya. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo? Dina? Ooh, here we go. Thank you for doing this for me. Aw. Junie! She didn't seem that bad. Oh. Ooh, she coughing. She doesn't seem so bad from appearance alone. Is she breathing into a sunflower? Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. That kind of thing never happens at home in the forest, though. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear, dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I honestly wouldn't believe that either. I mean, this doesn't scream mad bomber. Watch out, she's doing that as a calming exercise. Ah, okay. That's an interesting calming exercise there. I brought you a little snack, Dina. Just a little something from my garden. Ooh, an orange. Hey, thanks! So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange, my grandma says. That orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange with my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there, they won't know what hit them. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial we can't lose. Apollo? Apollo! 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 Oh boy. Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time, he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice! Huh? The trial is about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial is about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I could do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff? Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Athena? You're not seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second. Think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case alone before, right? No hay problema. I can handle it. I think. I can handle it, I think. That's the sound of confidence right there. I like Athena already. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Dina. And that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench right now. So you'll just have to leave it to me. Alright. I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. Second? It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Alright. First time getting into the courtroom in a while. Wow, so yeah, remember what Phoenix said? She's been with us for half a year. Ah. Good thinking. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise! Ah, hey there, Judge! Oh, I've missed you and your beard. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. Hello, Payne. You let your hair grow out. Or did you get a wig or something? And what's the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all surprised. He used that as an excuse to run away. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape? What? The nerve of that guy! I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind! Wow. Athena really did not like that one bit. I really do like her already. She seems pretty tough. Really take charge. Not to mention, she's wearing yellow. She's yellow. That's a definite plus for me, as a guy who really likes yellow. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. This arrogant jerk. Who's Widget? You arrogant jerk. No, Widget! Is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all. Especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. That necklace? Widget's that little device around Athena's neck. Ah! Hello there, Widget. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking. Well then, if that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction to what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was, what was it? Elegance at work? Actually, it was arrogant jerk. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? I'd even settle for a pink monkey, but he's currently in jail. No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness.
Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case.
Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the Rookie Humiliator. Aha. Rookie Humiliator, huh? How did that account for all the other times you tried to humiliate a rookie, huh? I don't think so. I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk.
Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court.
Hey, I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction.
Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Here we go. Now then. The incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial of a certain bombing was being held at courtroom number 4.
Yes, I was presiding over that trial as well. And Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defense.
A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life.
But there was in fact one death, was there not?
That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. Candace Arm. Gotta remember that. Well, so, that's not Winston. That is a different pain in the ass. Wait, a different pain in the ass? Oh, great. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial.
I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape.
Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes.
Yeah, that would solve a problem right there.
The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide others to safety. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Alright. The court record, how I missed you. Arm's autopsy report. Cause of death, trauma to back of head, caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 a.m. Got it. Wild Salad. Candace Arm equals Candace Arm because it's a bombing case. Ah! And here we are again with the Ace Attorney name puns. What the? Stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. That is a very interesting looking stuffed animal. It's a teeny tiny red elephant holding a paintbrush? Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filled in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use R1. Right, R1. Got it. I'd better take a peek later.
Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Defendant, are you feeling all right? You're looking a bit pale.
Meet Winston's little brother, gasp in pain.
Little brother?
Wow.
I'm sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright.
Junie's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same. If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant.
Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student.
Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question?
Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Thina. And so I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support.
Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Do you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Wow.
Wow. Wow, this guy is even more pompous than his brother.
Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant Prosecutor Payne! What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. But Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him too.
He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes.
I wonder if that could... Wonder if that could help with my eyesight. It's been getting really bad lately.
She says they can even help you see into the future.
They can? Then that's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them.
A sweet meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits? I must say, it's very hard to believe.
Objection!
Oh gosh.
Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime.
That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that?
That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges?
What? Oh, why, yes. Yes, I have.
And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system?
Objection!
Now wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers.
She makes a good point. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land.
I can see the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. I can think of a few other people. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Decisive, huh? I'll believe that when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor.
And what exactly was so unique about it?
Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question?
Huh? Me?
I notice that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question.
Could he be any more condescending? Really? What a thoroughly unpleasant man.
Al is for loser.
Al is for loser.
Nice. Okay, I really like Widget. I like him. Harumph! What did it just say?
Nothing. Not a single thing. Now, let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record.
Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was
Inside a stuffed animal.
Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior.
Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal.
There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh?
Wait for it.
I am fine. I just said that from the start. I could do this.
Just give him a minute.
Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant?
The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here.
And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed.
It's a tale, Your Honor. A tale of a poor victim in the explosion.
This is incredible! Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tale?
Oh my God, Judge, I have missed you. Oh my God, the judge's intelligence is still the same as Walt Dolly. Yeah. Oh, never change, my dear judge. Never, ever change. Please don't.
Your Honor is...
So very close, but no. It belongs to the stuffed animal. It's called the phony Fanty. I am gonna laugh a lot during this case, aren't I? Phony Fanty? Phony Fanty. Why does that name sound so hilarious to me? Phony Fanty? Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm good. Ooh. Ooh. A rather unpleasant name, if you ask me. I think it's hilarious.
He's the mascot for our campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not?
Exactly. His motto is, phony evidence is just trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. I liked it. I thought it was clever. I thought it was clever. The phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth. and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. Shit.
What?
The phony fancy provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb. Ow. Ow. The ponytail is hitting her right in the eyes. That has gotta hurt.
But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it?
That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. Miss Wards, do you have an explanation for this?
I don't understand.
How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence?
Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I'd better come up with something. For Junie's sake.
If you can't produce any answer, we could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer.
No! I have to say something. Fast!
Athena?
Oh no. I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times?
Whoa!
I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court.
Athena?
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Oh, I know that voice!
Why, it's you.
Right in the nick of time! Phoenix is back, baby! And he's right on time.
Now you're gonna get it!
Hey, that was a good one. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place.
Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own.
Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now let's turn things around.
You got it, boss!
Alright, it looks like we're turning things over to Phoenix now. Awesome. I missed you, Phoenix. Let's rock. Ho 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 ho! Look who showed up out of the blue. Quite literally, might I add. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You're absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Oh, Junie.
Well, so Phoenix is now the main lawyer, and Athena will use her mechanic when we need it. Her mechanic? Huh. I'm sure we'll understand what that means later. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah. It was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing. And here she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition, very well. I grant special permission.
You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this.
Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals? Let alone long-standing. You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with your hands. Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. If not worse. He's been pretty worse than his brother, all things considered. Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom. Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Witness, your name and occupation, please. He's typing. Witness? Robot voice, I'm guessing. Name, Ted Tonate. Ted Tonate, wait. Ted Tonate, Ted Tonate, detonate. Detonate, detonate. Wow. That pretty much screams on the nose. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking.
He sounds exactly like a robot.
I am E123 Omega, the ultimate E-Series robot. No, you're not. Hey. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure. Speaking, beep up, typing. Understand? What an odd witness. Mr. Tonate was in charge of the bomb for the trial that was there when it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shot when I first discovered the body of the victim.
Shocked. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
So, he was the first to discover the body, was he? He's here to testify the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion.
Very well. The court will hear Mr. Toney's testimony. But at the very least, show the court some respect and remove that face guard, witness.
Those are some funky looking glasses. Those are some funky looking glasses. Or goggles, I should say. What do they do? Make you see the bomb in 3D? Alright, here we go.
The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000. Operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on.
Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switched on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Wild Sal. How could he have seen the bomb if it was stuffed inside a stuffed animal? I guess this makes you the blue monkey in the barrel of fun, boss. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination, huh?
But... Mr. Toney, what is that? HH3000, aka a bomb. Bomb! Great googly boogly! Tonite, I demand that you disarm the bomb this instant!
Oh. Disassembly complete.
5.3 seconds. 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success. Explosion equals failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. Dimensions 10, height by 10, width by 10 dimensions, weight 12 pounds. A perfect replication.
Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed.
Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here.
HH3000 bomb. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal and can be detonated remotely. I'm glad that they took the effort to literally update it right in front of us. It's better than just, you know, showing the same image again and again and again and saying that it was updated. This gives us a better clarification that it was updated. When the image is changing like that, that clarifies it a lot more.
And now, if the defense will begin their cross-examination...
What now?
Where is Miss Sykes gone to?
Athena? Athena, you can come out now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work.
I guess you were pretty scared, huh?
Oh, what? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, widget.
As transparent as ever.
Now, let's see, where were we?
We were at the cross-examination.
Oh, cross-examination. Of course.
She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus. May as well. I mean, it's been a while since we've cross-examined anything anyway. Although, now that I think about it, it's pretty much the same thing as a rebuttal. Ah, well, we'll remind her anyway. Athena, you remember how to conduct a cross-examination, right?
What? Of course I do. What kind of lawyer would I be if I didn't?
Now, don't get upset. But what do you say to humoring me with a little review?
You got it. Basically, we examine a witness's testimony and compare it against the court record, searching carefully for any inconsistencies. This green text represents a witness's testimony. We can use the left stick to advance to the next statement of their testimony, and the left stick to go back to their previous statement. Paying close attention to the testimony, we should keep an ear out for anything strange, and be prepared to present R1 our case via the court record. The court record contains information on all the evidence we have at our disposal. We can use it to look for facts that conflict with what the witness has said, and present
Triangle.
any counter evidence we find to refute their statement.
And what if nothing conflicts with the witness's testimony?
Well, that's when we press
L1?
the witness for more information. Find any inconsistencies or lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That's what cross-examination is all about.
Looks like you remember it just as I taught it. And it was a nice refresher course for me. Well, you have been out of the game for a while, Phoenix.
If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press triangle when the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know when I think the suspicious statement is.
Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind.
Alright,
Let the cross-examine... It's cross-examination time! Boom! Here we go! Alright. First things first. Let's get any bit of information we can. Wouldn't hurt to know some extra details.
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed? Absolutely. I can disarm anything in a flash. That looks more like dismantle than disarm to me. Yeah, totally. That totally looks like dismantling rather than disarming. Does it look like dismantling to everybody else? Well, so give that girl a cookie. Yeah, give her a cookie. She deserves the cookie. Oh, pardon me. Let's see. Is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that. They say to err is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy. If you must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed. I guess I can rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tonate? Certainly. Alright, the bomb description.
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb? Dimensions 10H by 10W by 10D, weight 12 pounds. This information is also written in the photograph.
Ah, yes, here it is on the back. According to this, the case is made of ollie-plated 5/16 of an inch thick. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal.
I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping.
If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well. I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tonate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from?
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery?
My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things.
Ah, how admirably responsible of you. A model to be emulated.
I practice disarming bombs every day.
I practice assembling them too. The disarming part, I get, but the assembling them?
Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. I see. But do you ever practice having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? That doesn't. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day.
And you better drink some coffee, boss. You're gonna be pulling an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary. Or worth either of our time. Although, I would personally like the coffee, though. I like my coffee cold. I want iced coffee. So, Mr. Tonate, what did you witness from the gallery?
I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
Hold it!
You saw it counting down clearly with your own eyes. I'd hardly think a timer as small as the one this bomb could be seen from the gallery.
These goggles help me see very small things clearly from very far away. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie.
Why do I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass?
I guess it's possible he saw the timer if he was wearing those goggles.
I'm not so sure. There's something that just doesn't sit right with me. Not me either.
I don't think I follow.
The bomb was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So well concealed, in fact, that it didn't even look like a bomb at all.
So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right?
That's right. Listening carefully to Mr. Tony's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at any evidence that seems relevant.
Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present
R1.
something. If you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony, present
Triangle.
it. Let's see. This testimony is about when the bomb went off. So I think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important.
Bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal, huh? That is a very important clue. How could he have seen the bomb? As we mentioned before, how could he have seen the bomb if it was inside a stuffed animal?
Objection!
So you say you saw the bomb's countdown, is that right?
Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0.
And I say that you are clearly lying.
What are you talking about?
There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how can you claim to know that the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer?
What? No!
That does seem like a glaring inconsistency. Witness, how do you explain this?
Well, Ooh, that one was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat.
Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in the witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret, whatever it is. It's up to us to dig it out.
And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss?
Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tonate?
Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound.
Sound? What sound?
When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the bomb counting down.
A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that, even if the bomb was inside the stuffed animal.
I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery?
Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it.
I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now?
Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer?
It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? Oh, perhaps you have some proof of Mr. Tonate did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this now?
It happened before the trial started. It was when the Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there at the lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch.
The remote switch?
Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh! It has been missing ever since the incident.
Missing remote switch. The switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing.
I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case. And they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in the lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tone could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Bomb transport case. The case Tonate and Detective Arm transported the bomb in. Tonate has the key. Thank you for putting in that number, Walsall. I'll have to keep an eye on that. L10015R. Got it. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. The tail! 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as a trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Oh no, here we go. We got bot trouble over here. I'll take care of it. And boom. Done. No bots on my watch. No, sir. Don't worry. I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing. Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. This guy is hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bailiff? Please go to the lobby and bring out the defendant. Oh no, Junie.
Junie! Hi, Tina.
She looks even worse off than before.
Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Tina. And I'll do my best, too.
You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct?
No, of course not.
What's that you say? I can barely hear you.
I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
What an
Impudent little girl, stop acting innocent and tell the truth! This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it! That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right?
Mr. Wright?
Can I give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not! Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again?
We can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily.
I haven't forgotten about how he treated you.
Don't worry about me, just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, she's so very scared.
Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time, it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant.
Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Ah, but don't you know, Your Honor? There is more gentleman in this world. There is no more a gentleman in this world than I. Wow, gentle? That is definitely not the word I describe you, dude.
As if a gentleman would, or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win.
Tina!
How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know that I attended a manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman, I'm a genteel man.
Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you're not. I demand my money back from that manners class if I were you.
Whew, she got him. I guess that finally got him to shut up. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but yeah, I'm with you, Phoenix. Let's just grab us some popcorn and enjoy the show. Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. Alright, let's do this.
Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me.
Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even manage. She can't even get her words out.
This isn't going to work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time for Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries from Miss Wood's heart?
Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared, I think she could collapse at any second.
Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. Oh, so she's got good hearing. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. So she's like a lawyer crossed with a Jedi? Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now.
Athena, I want you to use that analytical psychology you studied. And listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart.
Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Off gets?
Off gets? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What's out? Defense Attorney Powers. Phoenix, his strong voice. Apollo, his discerning eye. And Athena, her superior hearing. Whoa! Whoa! So, your holographic thingamabob can show how Miss Woods is feeling, right?
In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all of that into widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them.
Mood matrix? Oh! Oh, we got a new gimmick. We got a new gimmick. Well, it's a new game mechanic time. Yep, new game mechanic, new gimmick. The Mood Matrix is the name of her psychology program. Interesting. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. Okay. So, with your special ability and Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology.
Yep, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the Mood Matrix.
Noise level.
It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop.
Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Alright, let's do it. Let's take this new gimmick out for a spin. Well, that day, watching from the gallery... Boom. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. Oh. It fell off the top of me.
I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now.
This power of Athena's is incredible.
And I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony.
What? Already?
Look at this! When she says, "It fell on top of me," the happy marker is reacting.
Well, look at that. That is odd. I probably wouldn't be happy if rubble was falling right on top of me, would you?
There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint
L1?
it, and then select the unexpected emotion of her or reaction from the 4 mood markers with X.
Alright. Pinpoint with L1. Pinpoint.
Got it!
There we go. Widget is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on top of her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy?
What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down.
Great! Let's hear what she has to say.
Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then,
Oh?
Apollo came and rescued me.
Oh? Apollo!
Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble.
Whoa! So that's when he sustained those injuries. Wow. Wow, way to go, Apollo!
How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun. Strong, bright, and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Dina.
Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony.
Pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart.
I guess we'll have to keep going then, huh?
Let me put this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go.
I just realized, Athena is basically Kay Faraday. Athena's basically Kay Faraday in this one. They both use devices to help out with, like, testimonies and stuff. So, wow. Phoenix has his own Kay Faraday now.
You remember what to do, right?
When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint L1.
That's right. And then you need to select it from the mood markers with X. If we can find the reaction from the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out.
Let's do it. Tried one, but it was too slow. Info update. But then Apollo came and rescued. Ooh. Wait, sad. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you?
Yes, I was really happy.
But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time?
Sad?
The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too.
Oh! I think it's probably because of Bum Rap Riney.
Bum Rap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new.
That's right. I brought my stuffed animal, Bum Rap Riney, to watch the trial with me. Bum Rap Riney and Phony Fanty are brothers.
Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise?
I had Bum Rap Riney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I had lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney. A victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges.
Phony Fanty and Bum Rap Rhiny, huh? One's an elephant, and one's a rhino. Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros?
Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore.
Boom! So I guess that means we managed to draw out all of her testimony.
That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info, and we'll have a whole picture. So, do you think her new testimony will help?
Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bum Rap Rhiny was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. I just figured it out too.
Went from the gallery when Rhiny tried to run away, but it was too slow.
Then the bomb went off.
She started to trace the rubble fell on top.
Here we go. Notice that tail right there? It looks familiar, doesn't it?
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you. But you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail of the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't that of Phony Fanty. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bum Rap Briny.
Objection!
What? What nonsense is that? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law.
Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example.
Anyway, this poster is all we need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct your attention to here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up. Take that! Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is exactly the same! Ah! Order! Order in the court! As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rap Rhiny, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne?
Yes,
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright! You turned things right around!
Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you'll have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. All right. December 17th, 1:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5.
That was so exciting, boss! We did it! True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment.
True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. thank you for everything you're doing.
You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out.
And you got really brave at the end just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Dina. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all?
Of course. Without you, we would never have gotten out of that tight spot.
That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. It'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner.
That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now.
Hey, where's Apollo anyway?
Good question. I almost forgot about him. Yeah, me too. Walsall, I love how Widget changes color and expression based on Athena's emotions. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby.
Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4.
Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion?
When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom and I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to look together. Huh. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be.
So when you went looking for Riney together before, you were called back to the courtroom number 5?
Yes, I had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though.
With all those injuries?
I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out.
I wonder what it was.
He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence.
Anyway, we better go and get him.
Good idea. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
Huh? Oh God, Apollo! Well, this took a turn. This took a hell of a turn. December 18th. 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise.
Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss?
Huh? The paper? That came out of left field.
You didn't read it? And you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains.
An abominable snowman? Really?
tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena.
It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice.
Athena!
Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Dina! Oh, Judy! Oh, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry.
What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body. Thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena?
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in the courtroom.
Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Ms. Woods, but are you alright?
Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too.
Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as you make it sound. Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't. I probably would have a hard time doing it too. It's a good thing I didn't take psychology. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he?
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head.
Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Oh yeah, you would know all about that, would you, Phoenix? Didn't the same thing happen to him during the previous games? Which one? Was it the second or third one? Richard Wellington, yeah, Richard Wellington. I honestly almost forgot about him.
But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo.
Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you.
Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name.
Wow, Sal, it's funny how you forgot about the guy who literally choked himself unconscious in court. Well, honestly, he was kind of forgetful to me. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Good call. We got the cause of death, the bomb, the tail, the missing remote switch, and the bomb transport case. We also got Apollo, Juniper, the victim, Athena, Pain, and Tonate.
To Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble!
You bet.
With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. Let's do this. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise! Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. Oh, I'd be angry if I were you, Judge. If it were me up on that, if it were me up on that podium, I'd probably say something like, "You lost it! How could you lose something so important? You absolute disgrace of a prosecutor!" I should have gotten Edgeworth on this case. He'd be much better at handling this than you ever could. The man is a literal walking logic machine, but you're just a pain in my Batista. Literally, not now! I am yelling at pain over here, Knuckles! I am yelling at pain over here, Knuckles! You can do your little unicorn dance after I'm finished. Where was I? Oh yeah. Pain, you suck! Okay, now you can do your little unicorn dance, Knuckles.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
I apologize, Your Honor. And Knuckles. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice that in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? Oh, he's going with it. The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Well, I saw that coming. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne! The incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Courtroom number 4 diagram. A diagram of the courtroom as it was when Apollo was discovered after the assault. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
You mean he found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely. And so, I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
Ahem. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw even closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
Oh, hey! Thank you for the bits there, Wild. Much appreciated. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there?
Mr. Toupee?
Mr. Toupee? I thought it was a pompadour. Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand.
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop it.
Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court. Balto, that's not even close to a pompadour? Really? Huh.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to the courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature.
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out.
But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
What lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself a chance to destroy that evidence.
No! I never!
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed here, in the courtroom ruins. Oh, shoot. What on earth? Do you see it? There, in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left for us. It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S? Why isn't that... That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Apollo's assault photo. Apollo is shown collapsed on the floor. The bloody writing is also visible.
No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo!
No. Ah!
He didn't even have a chance to rush over. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Alright. Let's see.
Hold it!
Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this.
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Medicine? Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrap Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He had a little compartment that I can put things in, you see.
And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had to put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. All hail the supreme deity Apollo. We aren't worthy. Oh, wait. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. Apollo started looking for Bumrap Riney near the witness stand where there was no rubble.
Hold it!
The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that?
I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her.
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
Alright.
Hold it!
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tony's testimony, right?
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind? He stayed behind.
Hold it!
I better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit, like sewing too. I made this outfit myself.
Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working.
Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone.
So, is there anyone in particular you like right now?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case? To this case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to the brownie points. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice. Watto, that's a nice outfit she made. Yeah, it is.
Hold it!
So, you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive.
But then Apollo got hurt and it's all my fault. Junie, Apollo's going to be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine?
But the sun does go down at night.
Then that means Apollo could...
Mr. Payne! I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry.
So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart?
Must have been pretty hard on him, too, with all that rubble everywhere.
Now that I think about it, there's something odd
About what Apollo was able to do. You know, considering what Miss Woods said just now, I think you're right. The courtroom was in a very unusual state after all. Which leaves the million-dollar question. What would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer. Let me think. Coughing. There's no rubble. Near the witness stand, there was no rubble. Near the witness stand, right around there, there was no rubble, huh? Then how do you explain that? How would you if there's no rubble, how would you explain that little rock right there? witness stand's completely blocked off by the front. The back leading to the staircase is open. Get to the witness stand. The point is, he couldn't get to the witness stand. Let me think. Started looking for bum wrap lining near the witness stand where there was no rubble. I would say... Wait. It is blocked off.
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. I was about to point that out. Someone's got a crush on Apollo. I kinda ship it, to be honest. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Right. True, anyone can be brave and kind. But if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But that's precisely what Mr. Right does best. I call slander, Your Honor! So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor.
Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Aha! That proves it right there. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on the wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Ah, yes. That transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it!
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the sand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means, aha! In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Who cares when the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we are talking about. Objection! Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's also important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. It was right over here. Take that! Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes! Yes, that's where it was!
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing with blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Ms. Wood's testimony alone. What? And where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? Right here. The tire tracks that lead over to where the witness stand is. Let's get it over here, here, just a little position. Take that! What? But it's the tire tracks! Oh, I see it now. I see it.
Take that!
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. And as the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! You did it, boss! It was a real nail-biter, but you pulled it off! Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction.
Ah, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that! Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did?
Huh? What? Oh. Well, looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Ah, this feeling. It brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a two-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Hey! Until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster.
What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood?
Definitely not Apollo. We know that much. I would say it was someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left that message in blood? Let me think.
Do we know anyone else who was assaulted?
Wait a second.
What if...
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far.
There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean...
Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood.
What?
What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left a message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't think of... Yeah, looking at this, I don't think that's enough blood to write a message out. Ah, I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. They had never even met each other.
That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning?
Not what it appears to be?
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning. Yes, Your Honor. Think of something I pulled out of the wormhole. It could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says Woods, As anyone can plainly see, what other meaning could it possibly have? I think I got it.
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that. You may have tricked His Honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there is no such radio code as Woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here.
No, please wait, Your Honor.
Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
Well, I believe it's...
And no stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over.
I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it possibly have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language, or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you can do this.
Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means?
I believe it's this. Take that!
The bomb transport case? I about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar?
L100. What does this have to do with anything?
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the diagram photo.
Oh, I think I see it.
That a girl. That's one on my side. It says woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W. It's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros.
Oh, my goodness!
The true meaning behind this bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case!
Objection!
What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number of the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. All you have to do is erase 2 lines. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D.
Well, would you look at that?
Leois. Judge. No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Objection!
Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I could change anything to anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy with Mr. Rye?
Well, what'd you say? What would you say, Mr. Rye?
The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message.
If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us?
Good question. What does this number represent?
Do you see this number here? That is my identification number.
Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose.
No!
To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let me go. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, who am I kidding? You guys saw it at the beginning. You know it's him.
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide his true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, it's important. The important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains that she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Objection!
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left a message, it should have been found at the time.
Objection!
Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so.
What?
Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's the first to find the body. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself.
I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Ah, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case.
He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So, those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tonate used them in another incident.
Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice!
Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means...
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate.
Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Toney take the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants.
Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try.
I've finally drawn Mr. Toney back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Hello, Mr. Bomb Man. Excuse me.
Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
Watson, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Allergies. Again. I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case.
Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires.
I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing, and then used it again later.
I see ×2, but then let me ask you. Do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message?
That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to... Let's see, should we analyze the... No, the DNA wouldn't work. Wait, would it work? Would the blood really contain... Would the blood contain our DNA? The handwriting or the DNA? Well, yeah, it's her blood. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think DNA would be the better course of action. Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Very well. I didn't think blood contained DNA. I thought DNA was like a strand. Like, I thought DNA was like something like was not in the blood but somewhere else. Like maybe saliva or something like that. Yeah, I thought DNA was found in just the saliva. DNA isn't anything? Okay. Okay. Just goes to show how much I know about anatomy. Wait, that doesn't count as anatomy, does it? Or biology? My brain doesn't work. Blood, saliva, skin, hair, etc. Okay, gotcha. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. Studying DNA is part of biology. Gotcha. I admit, I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no body writing there there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away where the bloody message was found. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Courtroom bombing photo. Crime scene photo of the aftermath of the courtroom number 4 bombing and the victim. I see. Alright then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart? Let's find out.
Hold it!
Why were you the first person on the scene?
To secure the area. It is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first.
In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you?
Well,
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Toadate is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is. Darn. I think he was just about to say something interesting, too.
when I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster.
Nobody writing there at the time. You were able to tell this even with those goggles on?
With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright.
What? Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard, keeping our office together.
Wait a minute! I don't have any gray hairs! Just kidding.
Objection!
I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Mr. Tony, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair, or lack thereof.
I'm sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge.
My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony?
I like how we were talking about going. I like how we went from talking about a courtroom bombing to gray hair.
What the heck is up with the conversations here at times?
Hold it!
If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did?
Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods.
A final message from your poor subordinate.
Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed.
Apollo is not dead, folks. So how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message?
It is very simple.
Hold it!
Do you imagine she was thrown back by the force of the blast?
A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast wind.
Detective Arm unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in her autopsy report as well. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head.
Wait a second.
Trauma to the back of the head. Flat object? That doesn't look flat to me. The autopsy report. I better take another look at that.
Now do you see, Detective Arm could not have written that message. The reason for that being...
Too far away from where the bloody message was found. Unravel and die. So,
Objection!
you are a terrible liar, Tonate. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object.
Yes, what about it?
Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed.
Get a hold of yourself, Tony!
Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair.
That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction?
I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message.
Your Honor!
I have the results of the bloodstain analyzed.
Ah, very good timing.
Let's take a look.
According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood.
And as the defense claims, only parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. Bloody writing analysis. A report that proves that the writing was done in Detective Arm's blood. Boom shakalaka. Yes! We did it! You were right, boss! Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later.
Mr. Toadate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine. I will confess.
You will? But then why are you so calm?
This time, I will tell the truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad.
And yet you're so smug of it being your bad. I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Oh, well, if that's all you did, then... Wait a minute! That in and of itself is a criminal act! Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor!
Took you long enough.
Very well then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Let's see.
Hold it!
So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left.
My bad. I should have said so from the outset.
And you're sure that it was your ID number?
I am sure it was definitely my ID number. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well.
So those funky things were provided by the police department.
Although these are special goggles customed by yours truly.
Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny. Speaking of special, my gavel is made of some mahogany and... Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany and was well custom made as well. He made it from mahogany. Yes, mahogany. That reminds me of something. Hang on, I'm trying to find the words so I can properly memorize it. Hang on, here we go. Let's see, where is it? Aha! Here it is. So it's made of mahogany, Judge. Yes, and not just any mahogany, but mahogany from the planet Malchior 7, where the trees are 300 feet tall and breathe fire. From those trees, this gavel was forged 2,000 years using ancient blood rituals of the Malchior people. Not only does this make my gavel near indestructible, but it can bend the fabric of the universe itself. Also, it's a very fine material. Very expensive. Okay, mahogany. it was specifically created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound. I wish I had something to brag about. Be all that as it may, I just want to inform you saw the bloody writing clearly. And that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked. L10015R. And it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom? Correct. I didn't know she would write it, so that set me into a panic. Sounds like you were quite in a tizzy.
If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the bloody Sykes written in blood.
If I saw gasp in pain written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Toadate, I understand how you must have felt. I wish it would have been your name instead, Gaspin. And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and... That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It very clearly said L10015R.
Hold it!
Didn't you? The victim may have had a special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts Detective Arm may have had inside her head. It is not like I ever dismantled her mind to check. Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Even school children know that. I can't believe you missed that Sandra's moment. Oh, wait, hang on, let's see. Welcome to the Hunger Games. This is Thanksgiving. Slams on the table. Boom! That is mahogany! Yeah, but the reference I was making was a Dragon Ball Z abridged. How many years have you been a defense attorney now? Cut me some slack, will you?
Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after all. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am.
I don't suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist. Mr. Toadate, please continue with your testimony. With pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but...
Hold it!
By mistaken, do you mean you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number. The victim may have suspected Mr. Toney for no real reason other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say. I do not support discrimination of any kind. Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Blue Suit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you. He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court. But I've never even tried to harm a hair on, a strand on your beard, Your Honor. Don't... Your Honor, we would never indict you of anything, Judge. We'd never indict the judge on anything. His beard is too magnificent. Well said, Mr. Payne. Because I am so closely associated with bombs, I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing.
Hold it!
You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing?
I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room. And I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case.
Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation?
Regulation stipulates that only specialists may touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad.
My bad? Does he really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy is something else. And I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just some mistake. He won't wriggle out of this that easily. What did Mr. Toad see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. Let's think. What else could he have seen? DNA analysis definitively proves that the blood of the writing to be that of the victim, Candace Arm, age 27. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. What did Mr. Toadate see when he first discovered the bloody writing? What could he have discovered? Wait. He covered up the writing, huh? What about that chunk missing right there? There's a little bit of chunk missing where the R should be. Let's have another look. You sure? Yeah, there's a little chunk right where the R should be. After the 5, there should be an R. There's a little bit of bloody writing where the R should be, but the floor is chipped off and the writing was cut off. My guess is that I'm guessing Toadate probably saw. I'm guessing either Ted saw that and tried to hide it, or or Arm took it to. Hold on, let me think it again. Maybe it's missing and he couldn't find it. The fact that it's cut off is really hitting me off. The fact that the writing was cut off is kind of throwing me off throw me for a loop over here. It's really throwing me off there. I'm thinking...
Hold it!
Let's have a look. R. Okay, let's save one more time, just to make sure. I'm thinking along the right lines.
Objection!
Oh, the music cut off! Boom! I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it is very clearly said L1005R. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Ow! Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? Uh-oh, right. Now I remember, there was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction! No! No, please! Come back! Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look like he does look pretty flustered. Not to mention he's chewing a wire. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tony really saw it? He did see it. Maybe Mr. Tony really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his court of steel? I've got it! So that's what happened! A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tony really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? That little mark right over here that's been bothering me the whole time.
Take that!
Please take a look here, to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it.
just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles. But that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor is his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there, before the floor was damaged by the explosion.
Oh, well, that explains it. Huh?
Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, the floor was damaged by the explosion. When was the message written? If we're turning our thinking around, then the message couldn't have been written after the explosion. It had to be before. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous!
If that were true, it overturns your own premise.
That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down, which is the Phoenix Wright's specialty. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred.
Order! Order in the court!
What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was the victim of the blast.
What? It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial?
Let's see. According to the police report... here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was Ted Tonate.
Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim?
That appears to be the case, Your Honor. I would now like to ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday.
It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my!
Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4.
We're halfway there. Wow, living on a prayer.
Focus, Tonate. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial.
Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please.
My testimony?
There is no need for...
Tonate! He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. Must have hit the nail on the head.
Blast this thing! I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear, I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tone may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Toadade had the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime.
Well, Mr. Tonate?
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, boy.
Oh, look at that face. That is a scary face.
I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? The autopsy said it was a flat object. What if... What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report, I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm?
I believe I can. Believe being the key word here.
You can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tony have that could have been used as a murder weapon?
Take that!
Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon? But in fact, you had the perfect thing.
What? What the devil are you talking about?
You had this.
That's the bomb! I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast.
The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Arm was killed by this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assumed its injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. What's with him?
Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb?
He's right. I don't have anything decisive.
Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? Then what would be decisive proof? But too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over! Yeah!
Ugh.
Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo?
Aha! I don't see any blood or anything.
Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head.
That's definitely a distinct possibility, but unless we can find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count.
I guess you're right.
By setting off the bomb, Tony managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look things in a different way. Instead of looking for things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tone murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Maybe it's time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tony was trying to hide. What would Tony need to hide? Let's see. Let's see. The remote switch was missing. Maybe... Wait. Aha!
Take that!
Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tone would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial.
Hey, you're right. And if we can figure out where that hiding place was...
Exactly. We might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. And I think I know where that hiding place is.
Take that!
Wait. A box big enough for a body. A box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would have touched if they thought there was a bomb in it. Tonate? What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No. You're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now show me what's inside that bomb transport case!
What? Why? No, there's no need.
I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact.
No. That's completely false.
If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Oh. What's going on? Let's not. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes.
What?
Oh boy. Huh? I repeat, this HH3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off.
Mr. Tonade, are you threatening me?
I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tony, didn't you say that's just a training model? A fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal.
This is the HH3000.
But the HH3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it?
How do you know it was the real HH3000 that blew up courtroom number 4?
Huh?
The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made.
What?
Then are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4.
Mr. Toadade, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that?
The HH3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH3000 in there?
I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out?
No, not a possibility. A certainty. I did it.
So he's had a real bomb with him this whole time?
You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time.
Order! Order in the court! I'm out of here! It's gonna blow! Run!
You four are still here. Well, aren't you brave?
It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day.
The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit at any second. As for Mr. Payne...
That is...
And he's off. And he's off to the racetrack, folks. It looks like Payne is going to go far, 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 far. Oh, wait. He's stopping for a quick snack. No, wait. Now he's stopping to pet a squirrel? Oh, and now he's off again. He's off, and he's gone.
Mr. Wright, what do we do?
It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it?
But the bomb might really go off.
Only 3 more minutes, folks.
Oh, crap. Is that bomb really the HH3000? What should I do? I can't run now.
Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH3000 naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even if with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I am being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it! You're not going anywhere, Tectonate.
Oh?
Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake.
Are you sure, Mr. Wright?
More of your famous bluffing, even at the risk of your own life.
Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now, not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here.
I'm not bluffing, and I have proof.
You do?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. proof that Mr. Toadnate's bomb is not the real HH3000.
Really? I'll with it then immediately.
Where's the proof that Mr. Toadnate is holding it's not the real HH3000? The timer on the bomb. It's cracked.
Take that!
The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Toadnate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken.
Oh, you're right.
Therefore, it is not the real HH3000. Mr. Toadnate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. The bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself.
Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No! Stop!
And there we have it.
What is that? Is that a blood stain?
Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Toadnate. I'm confident a DNA test analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood. And that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Toadnate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it?
You're too late! You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time! This HH3000 is about to explode!
Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Toadnate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake.
It's real! This bomb is the real thing, I tell you! It's real.
Mad Bomber, party of one, your table is ready.
There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, 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 dismantle. I'm not gonna make it! Only one day left to do!
Oh god.
Stop!
Jesus!
Made it. Ooh! Game over. Dismantle attempt failed.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Look at him now. Look at his eyes. It's like they just got blown out of their sockets.
It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing,
I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And now all this? I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4, and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him and BAM! And when that idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Tentonate, you are hereby under arrest. On suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict. Not guilty! Let the confetti fly! Boom shakalaka! Or should I say, bomb shakalaka! Woo! Court is adjourned.
You did it, boss!
Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow.
So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing!
Well, this ain't our first rodeo. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it?
That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here? That was great! Mr. Wright, Dina, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation.
I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 300,000
Feet? $3,000 feet?
That's no forest, that's a mountain!
But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving.
Oh, that. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. What is the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? Yeah, the missing remote switch. We never did find that thing, did we?
Take that!
The remote switch, right?
Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tony just got rid of it somewhere.
Yeah. It is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict.
I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Judy, shall we go report the good news? You know, to a certain someone. Okay.
Huh? Her grandmother?
No, silly, to Apollo!
Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him?
Great idea.
I bet he's bored out of his mind. Oh, trust me, I know how that feels. Sitting around in a hospital bed, hours on end, just laying there, doing nothing. I know what that feels like, and it freaking sucks!
Okay.
And so, the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Adita Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combined, we are Captain Planet! Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero! I mean, unstoppable team. Well, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. But all that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Right? Anything Agency. We're still going by that name? Hey, Apollo?
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
Whoa. This just took a turn. What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mystical creature. Killed by a mystical creature? Huh. That'll be an interesting case. Thing is, to understand this part of the story, we need to head back in time to where it all started and what led up to this first case. So we're going via flashback. Alright. Alright. That works for me. And this is a good time to end it here for right now. This is gonna be a good time to end the stream. Well, it's not. The next case actually involves yokai. Ooh, yokai! So we're going full Japanese aesthetic. I am a sucker for Japanese stuff, to be honest. So this is kind of exciting. Anyway, that'll have to wait for next time. So Do I have anything coming up this week? Nothing of the sort yet. Maybe a gag here and there, but other than that, nothing major. But yeah, no major announcements to report on right now. So, this is where we're gonna end it for today. And now, I'm gonna go on and get going. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to come by and hang out with me for a bit of a spill. And until next time, this is Wyatt of White Station 22 saying, keep being awesome, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.
Find the computer room!
What Vector said. Later, y'all!